Welcome to the Creators MBA podcast, your go-to resource for mastering the art and science of digital product entrepreneurship. My name is Dr. Destiny Kopp, and I help business owners generate consistent revenue from their digital product business without the need to be glued to their desks, constantly live launching, or worrying about the social media algorithms. I hope you enjoy our episode today. There, Destiny here, and today I want to talk about the secret to a newsletter that people actually want to read. Your newsletter is not about you. I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but stay with me here. The newsletters that thrive are the ones that people actually open and read instead of auto-archiving, are the ones that solve a very specific problem for the readers. So let's talk about the job of your newsletter. And from what I see, really successful newsletters are falling into one of these categories. The first is education. For the Creators MBA, a big part of the newsletter job is education. So breaking down those digital marketing strategies into bite-sized, actionable advice that busy women entrepreneurs can implement right away. The other role that a newsletter can have is connection. So does your newsletter help people feel less alone? Does it connect them with ideas, opportunities, or other people on similar journeys? I love it when readers tell me that they forward an issue to one of their business best friends saying, "See, I'm not the only one who's struggling with this." That connection is so very powerful. The next job that your newsletter can have is engagement. Are you sparking conversations? Are you getting people to think differently about their pros? Those reply to this email prompts that we all include are very important. That is kicking off that conversation with your readers, and that will give you some pure gold in response. So make sure you're sparking that engagement. The other thing that a newsletter can do, that is the job of that newsletter, is getting your readers to take action. Does your newsletter actually get people to do something, to make a change? I would say that this one is a big focus for the Creators MBA newsletter. If our readers aren't taking action on the marketing tips they're learning, then what's the point, right? Anything in that newsletter, I want them to save it or take action or say, this is important. I really need to implement this in my business. The other thing that your newsletter can do, and I actually like to do this a little bit in mine, I probably should do it a little bit more, is entertaining people. Sometimes that newsletter's job is just to brighten someone's day or give them a little bit of a mental break from the overwhelm of their everyday life. Sometimes marketing topics can be a little bit dry. So that's when I try to throw in maybe some jokes or a personal story or maybe a poll that's a little bit snarky. I like to just put that little smile on people's faces. The other thing that you need to do is to know exactly who you're talking to. So this is a game changer too. So you need to get super specific on who your newsletter is for. But here's what I've learned. When you try to speak to everybody, you're going to end up connecting with no one. With the Creators MBA, I know exactly who I'm writing for. I am writing for people who have or want to have digital products in their business. Everything I do in the Creators MBA newsletter is focused on helping them sell their digital products or adding digital products for their portfolio or scaling their digital products. So when I get very specific like that, it's easier for me to tailor my content to help that specific reader. Here's what this means for your newsletter and my challenge to you. I'd love for you to take 15 minutes this week and answer these two questions. What specific job does your newsletter do for your readers? You can pick one of the primary jobs that we talked about here today. And then think about who exactly is your newsletter for. I want you to get very specific about who you want to reach. And when you're writing your newsletter, picture that person in your mind, just like you're writing to that one person. Once you nail down these two things, I promise that the actual content creation for your newsletter will get so much easier. You will know exactly what to include, what to cut, and how to speak to your readers. Does your newsletter have a clear job? Do you know exactly who you are writing for? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop me a line, respond to one of my emails, and let me know. If you're struggling to figure this out, jump into the Newsletter Profit Club. I can promise you that we will help you nail this down. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and bye for now. Thanks for listening all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this episode today. If you love the show, I'd appreciate a review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast platform. Have a great rest of your day, and bye for now.